Hi there. Thanks for taking a few minutes with me to dive into proficiency-based assessment. At Realms, we believe strongly that all of our students can achieve high levels of academic growth, and the more you as students and parents understand our assessment system, the better you'll be able to guide your own growth. During this presentation, we're going to look at 3 questions. Why are we using proficiency-based assessment? What exactly is it? And maybe most important of all, how do students and parents make use of proficiency-based assessment? At Realms, we have a compelling definition for the kinds of achievement we're aiming for with our students. We strive to help our students become critical thinkers, interdisciplinary problem solvers, citizen scholars, and motivated, self-aware learners. With this rich, rigorous, and innovative vision of achievement in mind, it becomes more clear that we need an assessment system that will help our students get there. Traditional grades won't describe our students' progress and growth with enough detail or information to really guide them on their journey. Specifically, proficiency-based assessment has the potential to help us accelerate student achievement because it emphasizes the deep learning of academic skills and content more than just assignment completion. It helps students be more aware of their performance on specific targets. It provides more detailed and usable information to students and parents. And because of that, it allows students to start to take more responsibility for their learning. Last but not least, it separates academic performance from habits of work. One caveat about all this is that grades, even ones that are based on a detailed description of proficiency on standards, are not really the best driver of student learning and motivation. It's tempting sometimes for parents and even teachers to think of grades as a tool that can help solve learning or achievement challenges. But truly, grades don't solve problems or teach students new skills. So I encourage you to keep this perspective in mind. The best drivers of learning are high-quality instruction, a strong feedback loop between student and teacher, and positive relationships, not grades. Okay, with that said, let's look for some terms that will help you as students and parents become savvy and skilled consumers of your own assessment data. First of all, standards versus learning targets. We use these terms interchangeably and they show up in our grade books interchangeably. They're slightly different. Learning targets are basically curriculum standards, instructional objectives, which are written by state and federal curriculum design groups and agencies. Learning targets are these standards that are written in student-friendly language by teachers specifically for our classes. Secondly, habits of work. These soft skills will show up in our gradebooks, and they are increasingly becoming the most sought-after skills in our rapidly changing job market. These are the kinds of skills that will help students become successful lifelong learners in any discipline, skill, or content area. At Realms, we focus on just 3: responsibility, determination, and participation. Secondly, another set of terms here that show up in our gradebook are these 3 categories of work that our students do: practice assignments, scaffolded assignments, and on-demand scaffolded assessments and on-demand assessments. Practice assignments have the purpose of giving students a place to attempt, develop, and practice new skills. They're typically not graded. The focus really is on feedback for growth. Scaffolded assessments, on the other hand, are done both in the classroom and sometimes for homework. They're for developing, applying new and old skills. Typically they are graded, but they're scaffolded because students can include revision, teachers can coach students, students can work together in small groups to complete these assessments. Finally, the third category are on-demand assessments. These ones are really independent and private. This is an opportunity for each individual student to demonstrate the skill level they have attained in a given standard. And yes, these ones also show up in the gradebook. These terms are familiar to most of you. These are the terms that we use to describe the different levels of proficiency on standards. Not yet developing, proficiency, and mastery, aligned to a 6-point rubric. I want to make 3 quick points about this slide. First of all, at Realms we use the score of developing, or 3, to indicate that a student has made good progress. They're close. Just a little more effort, a little more practice, a little more teacher support, and they will be there. Secondly, that at Realms, proficiency is set as an intentionally high bar. We purposefully challenge students with a rigorous definition of what it takes to reach proficiency in any given standard and at any given grade level. And then finally, mastery, a score of 6. It's important to know that this is not necessarily possible or available or offered on every assessment in every standard, just on some. Okay, the last slide. In this slide, I've created a chart that is designed to emphasize a rather important idea that grades change over time. I've created a fictional 9-week unit focused on one academic standard, and I've broken that unit into three-week chunks with one assessment in each third of the unit. You can see from the first column under week 1 through 3 that after 3 weeks of instruction and one assessment, we can anticipate that maybe 80% of our students will still be at not yet. But look how that changes over time in the second third of the unit and in the final third of the unit. By then, after 3 assessments and 9 weeks of instruction, we're going to imagine that 75 or more % of our students will be at proficiency or above. This is an important fact to remember, this chronology of learning, that over time the students will grow and develop through the course of a unit. It is especially important when we dive into parent view and see how this all looks when you look at the grade view and parent view. We'll do that next.